Go ahead.
On the economic report that came out today, Mr. President, one, can you respond to that? And two,
it was an amazing report. The most amazing thing is government jobs are way down, and yet the unemployment or the employment numbers are very good. We've gotten rid of tremendous numbers of federal government jobs. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And yet the employment numbers are very good. They're really getting better. But now we have all those people to work in the private sector for a lot more money. I think that's one of the very big things. The other thing is at 5.4%. And remember, this is after we had a shutdown. And that shutdown had an impact because the concept of the shutdown, even though it's before, people knew we were going to be shutting down. A lot of bad things happened. And by the way, on January 30th, you may have another shutdown. We'll see what happens. But I think the numbers, Caitlin, were really amazing. Look, to think about 5.4%, nobody thought that. They thought it was going to be 2%. And you know what it is? It's tariffs. And it's also November 5th. We had a great election, a great election. Our country was dead 1.5 years ago. And now we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. And I hope you guys were impressed. 5.4%. And we haven't even really transitioned yet. There's no reason it can't be much, much higher than that. Yeah.
Breaking down Trump's move to ban Wall Street from buying houses, what it really means and my honest opinion. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is 45th Perspective, where we break down the news without the noise, look at the facts, and talk honestly about what it actually means for everyday Americans. If you care about this country, personal freedom, and the future of the American dream, you're in the right place. Today's news is a big one, especially if you care about housing, affordability, and who this economy is really working for. President Trump has announced plans to ban Wall Street and large institutional investors from buying single-family homes. And depending on who you ask, this is either a long overdue move to protect American families or a political stunt that won't solve the real problem. So let's slow this down, strip away the talking points, and really look at what's happening. Here are the facts. Over the last several years, housing prices across the country have exploded. The median price of an existing home in the U.S. is now over $400,000. Mortgage rates are hovering around 6%. For first-time homebuyers, young families, and working Americans, the math simply doesn't work anymore. At the same time, Wall Street firms, hedge funds, and large investment groups have been buying up single-family homes, often paying cash and outbidding regular people. Trump's argument is simple and honestly pretty direct. Homes are for people, not corporations. For generations, owning a home was the cornerstone of the American dream. You worked hard, you saved, you bought a home, and you built something for your family. Trump says that dream is slipping away, and he's pointing the finger at corporate investors who treat houses like stock portfolios instead of places where families live. Now, Wall Street didn't see this coming. After the announcement, companies like Blackstone and other major landlords saw their stock prices drop. That alone tells you this proposal hit a nerve. Trump is also pushing Congress to approve the ban, making it clear he wants this to become law, not just a campaign talking point. Of course, Democrats jumped in right away. Senator Chuck Schumer responded by saying Senate Democrats tried to do something similar last year and Republicans blocked it. That's politics as usual. Everyone wants credit. Everyone wants to shift blame. But for regular Americans watching this, the real question is whether this actually helps fix the housing crisis. Now let's talk about the criticism, because we should be honest about it. Some analysts say large institutional investors only own about 1 to 3% of single-family homes nationwide. They argue that this ban won't magically make homes affordable overnight. They also point to deeper issues, like the shortage of new housing construction, rising material costs, labor shortages, and local regulations that make building new homes harder and more expensive. And that criticism isn't completely wrong. The housing crisis didn't start yesterday, and it won't be solved by one policy alone. But here's where my perspective comes in as a right-wing patriot who believes in free markets and also believes in fairness. A free market only works when the playing field isn't rigged. When massive corporations with near unlimited capital are competing against regular families for homes, that's not a fair fight. That's not capitalism serving the people. That's consolidation, and conservatives should be just as skeptical of corporate power as we are of government overreach. This isn't about punishing success or attacking investment. It's about drawing a clear line. Single-family homes should primarily be for families who want to live in them, raise kids in them, and build communities. When neighborhoods turn into corporate rental portfolios, you lose stability, ownership, and long-term investment in the community itself. Do I think this policy alone fixes everything? No. We also need to build more homes. We need to cut red tape. We need to lower construction costs and stop policies that choke supply. Trump has said more housing and affordability proposals are coming, and if that's true, they'll matter just as much as this ban. But symbolically and practically, this move sends a message that a lot of Americans have been waiting to hear. That the American dream matters more than Wall Street profits. That families come before corporations. And that government doesn't always have to side with the biggest players in the room. At the end of the day, this debate isn't left versus right. It's regular Americans versus systems that have drifted too far away from serving them. Whether you support Trump or not, this conversation is overdue, and it deserves serious attention instead of knee-jerk reactions. If you appreciate calm, fact-based analysis and honest opinions that don't talk down to you, make sure you like this video and subscribe to 45th Perspective. It helps the channel grow and keeps these conversations going. Thanks for watching, thanks for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.